Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Have a Nice Day podcast with your host, Janine.
And your favorite host, Joshua.
Hey, I'm the favorite.
Yeah, okay.
Not you. Don't
Today,
steal that
let
away
me have
from
one
me.
day.
Yeah. Today, again, we're always having special episodes, but it is a special
Back-to-back
episode.
guests, actually, that we have.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because we have our former guest, episode 55, Jamila, with us.
Hi guys.
Beauty queen.
Yeah, and we have her husband Ryan with us. So Ryan is also a co-podcast host.
Yeah.
Yes, podcaster.
Which we found out actually when Jamila came on our last episode. Like, we had no idea, and then all of a sudden the episode
She said he's
drops.
a podcaster, and then we're like, whoops.
Yeah.
Maybe we
We
shouldn't
should
be
have
doing
got him
this.
instead.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Let's invite him over. So now we have them. Ryan is also let me read the title specifically. He is the director of marketing and brand partnerships and associate head coach of Hoop Mountain DXB. So it is a
Ooh.
basketball brand.
Yeah.
So it's super cool because we're basketball fans, but we're not good basketball players. So maybe we need some
No,
help.
it's
from
vice
Ryan.
versa for me.
Oh, okay. So you're a good basketball player.
I'm a great basketball player.
Yeah.
You're
would like to see a one-on-one
in front of Ryan, okay? So be careful about what you're saying.
No,
We would like to see a
I'll tell you
match.
my basketball story a little bit later, but it is involves an injury and me scared to.
To play again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why we're here.
Yeah.
You know, you grew up in Dubai.
Yeah.
You should have had better leadership to help you experience that. A little bit
I had
better.
really no leaders when I was playing basketball.
See, that's why we're here.
Where the Filipinos at? Those are my leaders.
Street basketball. That's what you
And
know.
one
Yeah.
and everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
So
here.
thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you
and
for having us.
congratulations
Oh, thank you.
because they're pregnant.
Thank you.
She's pregnant.
Well, yeah, but you say it as a
Oh
couple.
no, oh
He's pregnant too, trust me.
no. We are pregnant.
Exactly.
He is
There you
pregnant
go.
too.
There you go.
Oh, yeah, that's a saying, right? Like when a couple or
Yeah.
the lady is pregnant, then we refer
Yeah.
to they're
Yeah.
pregnant. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, totally forgot
The
about that.
husband and
Yeah.
wife are pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Until delivery time and I'm in pain and I'm like, I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not
Yeah.
you, it's me.
Yeah.
We were just talking about your first trimester, and that was a little bit
Yeah.
difficult for you.
That was
Yeah.
really hard. It was
Yeah.
horrible. And I was talking to another mom as well today. Sorry, I was talking to another mom as well today. For her, she is having a girl. So she was throwing up all the time.
Yeah.
And it was really, really hard. I was dizzy all the time. I would throw up from time to time. It was just a horrible feeling. Like, for no reason, I would cry because I'm tired.
Yeah.
And for 2 months, I barely went to
It's
work.
like, yep.
Yeah, I'll be standing in the kitchen. He'd be like, "What's wrong? You okay?" I'm like, I don't know what to do.
We're pregnant.
Yes, I understand
Yeah.
now.
And it's like so hard to explain to him how you feel
Yeah.
because like there's no words to.
To explain just the sudden
Yeah.
shift of emotions and all
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
So how was that for you, Ryan?
Vividly, I remember going into the bedroom and asking her what she wanted to eat.
Oh my god,
Okay.
Broke down crying.
Oh no.
I don't know. I was like, whoa.
I'm gonna cry again.
This is a Have a Nice Day first
Oh my God.
on this podcast.
What is this? I'm
Listen.
crying because of memories.
Yes, but man,
I was
it's-
like, I don't know what to eat. He was
Yeah.
like, just pick
and
anything.
it was just tears, and I was like,
And it was
oh.
just a normal conversation. Like,
Yeah.
what do you want to eat?
Like,
Yeah.
you know how it is.
Yeah.
Did I do anything wrong? You know? Like
Yeah.
going back to the mental Rolodex.
Yeah.
Is
like,
it a
nah,
special date? I forgot.
I
Yeah.
checked all the. Oh man, but that's where the pregnancy really tests your relationship.
Yeah.
Like if your
Sure.
foundation was a little rocky beforehand,
Yeah.
and you get into that space and you don't understand.
You'll be done.
Oh,
Yeah.
because luckily with Hoop Mountain, our parents, we're really, really close with all of our parents.
Yeah.
We build a community,
Mhm.
right?
Mm.
We say it takes a village to raise a child.
That's
Yeah.
true.
And so we're part of that village. And
Yeah.
so recently we had a barbecue to show our appreciation for a lot of our parents. And a lot of the moms were there. And they were giving me the same advice.
Tips
Oh,
and tricks.
that's
Don't take it
nice.
personal.
Yeah.
Right. And if
Mm.
I hadn't already been 3 months, 2 months in, I would understand. But whatever she says, does,
Yeah.
don't take it personal.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because she really is just going through all types of emotions.
Yeah.
And some things you can't control. You're
It's
like,
really
I don't
hard to
even know why I'm
control.
crying, but
Yeah.
I'm crying.
And he wasn't like screaming at me or anything.
Yeah.
He was just like simply, "Oh, so what do you want to eat?" I was like, "I don't know." He was like, "Just pick anything." I was like, "I don't know what to eat," and like tears coming down. He was like, "It's okay, okay." So like he got the talabat out and like whichever.
It's like, I'll give you
Yeah.
choices. We'll
Yeah.
go from there.
You really
Yeah.
you really like become a kid for some reason. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just hard to
Yeah. I mean,
to
you're growing a
handle.
whole nother
Yeah.
person in there. So
yeah.
exactly. Like
Yeah.
moms out there are superheroes.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
God is real.
We were in
Yeah.
denial for months. Like
Yeah.
4 months we were in. I mean, not months, weeks. We were in denial, but then we heard the heartbeat for the first time, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is
Did
real."
you cry again?
Yeah, I
Oh,
got.
Yeah.
Of
teary.
course. Yeah.
Every visit.
So it wasn't the first thing that popped in your head. It's not like I'm pregnant because I'm feeling all of these emotions. No, like
Yeah.
maybe I'm just going through like hormonal change, whatever it is.
Yeah, I did feel because I used to have PCOS, which is a cyst in your
Yeah.
ovary.
Yeah.
So when I didn't have my period, I just thought that it was that.
Yeah.
You know,
Just like
So that's
because
why-
irregularity is normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why when I went to the doctor, it was shot. He was there as well. So he was in the room. So we were like, both of our eyes like got so big because we both got in there not expecting to be pregnant. I thought it was
Yeah.
my cyst, or like when I saw like the round thing, I thought it was cancer.
Oh my god.
Like not a baby at all. And then
Yeah.
she was like, it's a baby. Like 98%. It's a
Yeah,
baby.
she said, I'm not sure, but 98%.
I'm like,
Like,
girl, that
what
is a
is the
baby.
other 2%? What do you mean?
We were still wearing masks at the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so under the
Yeah.
mask, my eyes didn't get too big because I'm looking at her and she's tearing up. Under the mask, I'm cursing. Like,
And I was crying.
I was like,
crying.
you told me the app was working. We could
Yeah, that's the thing. The app failed us. The app failed us.
Calendar is the worst. Like
I was
What
like,
happened?
the app
one star
failed
in
us.
Apple.
I was like, next year I'm deleting this app.
No, but also for you to have PCOS,
Yeah.
but then got pregnant,
Yeah,
and like,
that's the
wow,
thing.
that you guys are
Alhamdulillah.
really blessed. 'Cause
Yeah.
it is difficult when you're in PC, like when you
Yeah.
have PCOS.
Yeah,
so-
my whole life I've been told here in Philippines.
Yeah.
When I get checked, everywhere, all the doctors, they tell me it would be hard when I get married.
yeah.
So we planned like when to have a baby and all that, and then out of nowhere we were just
boom,
blessed.
I'm here.
Yeah,
Your
we were
baby's
just
like,
blessed
I'm
with a
here,
baby, yeah.
ready or not.
yeah.
Right.
So how many years after the wedding did you guys plan? We'll have a baby in 2, 3 years, 4 years.
Talk about the pressure. she was immediately, let's go get it. And
Yeah.
I was like,
But
the thing with women and men, and it's a good balance of why we need each other. She thinks about a completely different side of life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
maybe.
and it's just the nurturing. Like right now, she's thinking about if the baby has sensitive skin. Let's get
Yeah.
this. Let's get that. Like
Yeah.
all those things. I'm thinking about life insurance. I'm thinking about school. I'm
Yeah.
thinking about all those other little things. And
Yeah.
so I was like, look, just for me to feel comfortable, there are a few things that I want to check off the list. Right. I know I don't need to be the richest, but there's a few debt things I want to knock out. I want
Right.
us
That's
to be
important.
financially fit.
Yeah.
Not too crazy, but just
Yeah.
be fit. Have good practices. And so
Mhm.
we actually sat down in July
Mm-hmm.
and I think she vlogged about this.
Yeah.
And we went and I was like, look, this is what we're gonna do financially, this is what we're gonna do. Next 12 months, I'm gonna cross it out. And so I did that
Awesome.
personally and did that for business. And I was
Yeah.
like, once we get to the end of this, we look and we're good.
Rethink about
September
everything.
Comes. we
September
did that in
1st,
July.
that is.
September comes
Yeah.
the day before my mom's birthday, and it's like, well,
Yeah.
but
This is
but
it.
It's a baby in there.
yeah, but it's we had already been planning, and so
That's the
We
thing.
were
You're
already-
already in the plan, so
Yeah.
you already had something
yeah,
Yeah.
in there.
We did
Which is
say
good.
maybe we're not ready, but if God does something, then it means that we are ready.
Yeah.
Like
so
we are responsible.
we were hoping for at least
You know.
12 months,
Yeah.
at least a year,
Yeah.
right, to enjoy being married. Because
Yeah.
we're still we were learning how to do that.
Yeah, learning how to
still-
live together.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
everything. It's
Yeah.
marriage is a job. I don't say it in a bad way.
Yeah.
But like you literally have to work at anything that you
Mm.
like and love, right? Like if you want to be a better marathon runner, you gotta
Yes.
consistently run consistently. And
Put in your work and everything.
yeah,
right?
and
Yeah.
so build the cardio for your heart. Same thing with basketball, chef,
Yeah.
comedian.
Yeah.
right? Podcasting just consistently. So some people like think love and marriage is just a button. It's like, all right,
Yeah.
I'm in love, so it just stays there.
It's not fun
Yeah.
in games.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, you gotta work.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
That is true. Like just before we got, legally married, because now we're legally married. We also had a couple of friends, give us a couple of advice, and they've been married for a while, and all they say is like, of course, communication is key, but also like plan together, because sometimes love is not the answer to everything.
It's not enough.
Yeah.
And a big part of it was also like being financially sound as well.
Yeah.
Men, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, we were like logical thinkers in
Yeah.
that sense, but
Yeah.
But it is true.
yeah, but it is very
Yeah.
true as well.
Yeah.
In that, because like, okay, how much of percent of our income do we put into our house, and then
Mhm.
for our hobbies, and then Janine loves to travel as much as I, so we're like, okay, then we have to like budget
Yeah.
a travel fund, and then we decided to get a dog, even if
Yeah.
I was against it in the beginning, because I'm like, how are we planning a wedding?
Yeah.
Get a dog.
Yeah, me moving in here, us starting relatively new jobs,
Yeah.
and taking care of this bozo.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, how do we manage all these things? So it really comes to like a give and take relationship. Like
Yeah.
they're like, she'll do the morning walk with Max, and then I'll do the evening walk. So these are just like small
Yes.
examples, but there's a lot of compromise that happens
Yeah,
in there.
for sure.
A lot of things that I don't want to do, and she forces me. Like she literally takes a knife, put it to my throat, and like, you better do that, or else I'm
That's not
'cause-
true at all.
With the eye
That's
too.
how
Yeah,
they
yeah,
feel.
yeah, it's
That's,
eye, it's
that's
like-
how they feel. That's how they
Exactly.
feel. Yeah.
And to
Yeah.
me in the morning, I'm just like, hey, wake up. And to him, he's like, why are you killing me? I don't want to wake up in the morning.
Yeah.
That's him. But at night, he'll stay awake. So he's doing night duty. I'm morning duty.
Yeah,
So I
I'm
guess,
a night
like,
owl, so I'm
with the
most
baby,
productive in the
with the
evening.
baby, you
Me
guys have
too.
to do like morning feeding.
Yeah, we
afternoon
already talked
feeding.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and, I mean, and then the flexibility I have with my schedule, because you know,
Right. Yeah.
I'm not under a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
I'm cool. And then I wake up. I'm night owl.
Yeah.
Up all time. Sometimes I'm running off 4 or 5 hours of sleep, and just.
And
getting
you're
whatever.
okay with that? Like you can
Yeah.
function. Yeah.
It's a lot of those things are myths. Everything is about who you are, right? And
Yeah.
then naps strategically when you have the time, 45-minute power nap,
Yeah.
like it gets you there. But we'll be all right. We'll be all right.
Yeah.
The tough thing is not having a family, right?
Yeah.
Where specifically like my side. They'll be here, but we're working on that. You
Yeah.
know, we're working on that.
Family to help and all
Yeah,
that.
getting moms here to
Yeah.
help out with some things, but.
I just want to backtrack a little bit because I remember Jamila mentioned how you guys met. Was it, if I'm correctly remembering the whole thing,
Yeah.
on the beach, right?
Yeah, at the
Okay.
Yeah.
So
Barasti, right?
No.
Hell no. Do I look like a Marassi? No, just kidding.
Barassi was my first Dubai experience, actually.
yeah.
Terrible.
Oh my
Okay,
god.
okay, before we go there, I want to hear his Barasti experience, because there's
Oh
it's like
my
a
God.
running gag of like how much Barasti is
It's
like.
so nasty.
Yeah, exactly, and I want to hear.
Man, I see. My story is gonna be more about hookah
Yeah.
Okay.
than
Yeah.
Barassi itself, because I got here September 27th that weekend, 2019, and when we first got here, the OG and I were staying in a hotel. It was Gulf Court Bay, in the Business Bay.
Okay.
And so he was setting some things up, and I had been doing work from the States, and he was like, look, we just got to find a place to live. You go out, I've
Yeah.
been here for a month already. You go do your thing. And so I'm like, where do I go? And just the first thing that popped up was Barasti. And so I was like, all right, cool.
So you went alone.
Yeah. You see,
Wow.
I did a
Top
lot.
dog here.
Yeah, I went everywhere alone. My first, before
Couple of months.
Yeah, before Corona, because
Yeah.
Corona ended everything. But I went everywhere
Yeah.
alone, or I dragged the OG with me. And so I'm in there, Barasti. It's, grass, big soccer games, all things on
Yeah.
there, and I'm like, this is very
Arab.
European,
Yeah.
so to speak. And so, but I'm like, okay, this is cool. It's hot,
Yeah.
steaming.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's September, so
right?
it's humid
And so,
as well. Yeah.
But I get there, you hear the stories about Dubai. So at the time, I was still drinking. So I was like, okay, can I get that? It's like, yeah. I said, can I get that too as well? It's like, you can have both of them. I said, oh, it's lit. So I ordered some food,
Yeah.
and then I was like, I'm in the Middle East. And then with my school, where I went to college, it was like mandatory to go on a cross-cultural experience.
Okay.
I got out of it, but my teammates and friends, they all had went and spent time in the Middle East, and they all had stories about the first time they used hookah.
Right.
And right,
Yeah.
and so I was like, since I'm here, let me do it, because
Yeah.
where I'm from, the DMV area is popular too.
Okay.
And so I've done hookah before, and so I went, I got the hookah, and I'm hitting it entirely too hard. I'm taking big puffs, big
Yeah.
blows, right? And I got these 2 drinks here, probably and some food. I probably took 2 sips, and I started getting dizzy.
Oh no.
And I was like, yo, what is wrong with me? So I'm getting crazy. And I'm like, yo, I know the stories. You get locked up in Dubai if you're looking like you're not right.
Wobbly.
Right? And it's hot. And so I'm sitting in like a corner. And then there's a big
Max.
fan. Uh-oh. Max is hungry.
Exactly.
And so there's a big fan with all the ACs. And I'm like, all right, I just got to make it over there to walk over there with no trouble. And so I like stumble over to the stool with the AC right in front. And I'm just right there just taking it all in. And I was like, no way in
Dizzy
hell.
off of hookah.
Hookah did this to me, right? And so I'm sitting here saying, like, all right, Ryan, you're 6'6", you're in the Middle East, you don't know anybody here.
You stand out.
You got to make it to the taxi with no issues,
Oh my
right?
god.
So I'm sitting there calculating how long the walk is gonna be, because you gotta go through the tunnel thing. And I call it, and I was like, I'm walking through, and there's a drunk guy that comes. He's like, yo, bro, and I'm like, yeah, I see you on the mission. So I finally get to the taxi, and then the whole ride I'm riding with my head out the window.
Oh,
And I'm
gosh.
like, man, Shisha did this to me.
Yeah.
Never walked back into Veracity Beach. But I did go back to make sure to Shisha and make sure I wasn't going crazy. But,
Yeah.
man,
And the second time you did shisha, you were fine.
I was cool. We did
Okay.
it last night or 2 nights
Yeah.
ago.
2 nights ago.
Yeah.
So it's just that first time.
Oh man, it was different. It was different. So I was woozy. I was like, this is not right, man. But
You
What
read too
is
much Daily
this?
Mail, like a Daily Mail British couple gets arrested, deported back
Oh.
for.
yeah,
So that's the thing. Like, oh man, I can't.
American basketball player.
yeah, for sure.
6'6" guy
Deported for
collapses in the
hookah.
street.
What's that place where they have the big pool and everybody does all
Zero
this?
gravity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate that too.
We went by there one time before, so Zero Gravity and Veracity is staying all the way away
Yeah.
from you
Yeah,
guys.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
So it's not Barasti for sure.
Cove Beach.
Okay,
Cove
it's
Beach.
Cove Beach.
Yes,
Yes.
Cove. Pool
So
was, yes.
you then met Jamila and you're like, this girl is beautiful. Want to take her number? Or was it the? I can't remember anymore.
I
No.
did come up to her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me? Should I tell the story? Should
Yeah.
I tell her
Nicolay. Sure. Like,
She
sure.
boxes
I
Jamila,
mean,
'cause I think she's gonna
if
break
you
down
want
any
to.
moment, like any crack.
This is a past life. Huh? This was a long time ago.
Yeah, yeah. Before
yeah.
Islam.
Yeah, this is a long time ago.
Before Islam.
But I was having fun.
Yeah.
I was having fun. You know, I was being social, as we say. You know, I've been social, and so
You're still quite new. Am I correct?
very new,
Okay.
right? So that's an
Yeah.
So
added
he
bonus.
came. He
Yes.
came in September. We met at the
In
beach
March.
in March.
It was
Okay.
right. It was right after my
2020.
birthday too.
Wow,
It was
Right.
right after my
Okay.
birthday, and I think I'm a leap year baby, and so I think that
Oh.
might have been my leap year birthday too.
It was
so
March
I
7. I remember.
Yeah, or something like that.
March
right?
7.
So I was
Yeah.
I was out having fun, and my OG was with me. And so he's played professional basketball overseas for 10 years, so he knows the dynamics of like going out to where there's no age limit,
Yeah.
to where it's like, you know, Europeans or whatever is just different. Like
Yeah, okay.
47 can party with 22 and all other stuff. So we're out together. You know, I'm out talking, doing whatever. So I might have talked to 6 or 7 people or so. And so I saw her. She's in all white.
I was standing.
She was in all white, and she was around.
Were you alone, Jamila, there? Or
No, I was with my best friend and then a group of people.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
So it was
okay.
a bunch of stuff, and so I was making my rounds,
Mm-hmm.
and by the end of the night, I was standing like around Cove. It was like an area to walk up to the restrooms and stuff, and so I was standing there, and the OG was with me, and I'm just sitting there, and she walks past, and I guess they were trying to make a Snapchat video or something, and she says like boyfriend chat. And so for me, I'm witty. So,
Yeah.
And I jumped right on him. I said, yeah, you're right. And I think she was startled a little bit.
Yeah.
She started laughing and then walked away.
Because I went and hugged him. You know, like back then when TikTok started, they were doing like, oh, boyfriend check. It would come up, like go up to people.
Yeah,
So I went
to
and I was
random
like,
strangers,
boyfriend check. So I held him and then he held me back and I was like, oh my God.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And then I walked away from him. And then when I walked away from him, I told my best friend that time, I was like, oh my God, he's American.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Because
then
you heard him. He replied and you're like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I circled back around later that evening, and I ran into her, and so we talked, and she threw me off a little bit because she gave me her Instagram and not her number. I'm like,
it was like, can I get your number? I
so
said,
immediately, I'm like, she must be young, right?
Uh,
no,
I'm still-
first you asked me where am I from.
yeah. I asked that too. She said she was local.
He was like,
And
what does that
I was
mean?
like, I said, what is that? Like, what is local? Like,
Yeah.
what does that mean?
Yeah.
Means you're getting deported.
Right. And,
Possibly.
everybody tells you stories, and I'm
Yeah.
like, we're getting forced into marriage
Yeah.
here. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? And so she was like, yeah, I'm local. I'm like, all right. And so I was like, let me talk to you. So she gave me her Instagram. And so I'm like, either she young or she playing with me.
No, I
And
don't
so-
give out number because guys can be like weird calling me
Yeah.
or like
Yeah.
blowing my phone. So I'm like, we just
So-
get the Instagram.
So I was like, cool, because I was having fun that night. So
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
all right, she wants to play. I'm good. I
Yeah.
tried to save my bet, hedge my bet, and so I just ended up the next day. It's something like that sticks out when everybody else just hands the number, and
Yeah.
then she's like, so the next day I was like, my ego was like, I gotta
Yeah.
get
DM.
into this,
Yeah.
right? DM.
Let me
And
slide
then-
into your DMs.
yeah. And then the following week, she ended up coming back to Dubai, and we went and met at a restaurant. And for me, it was super fancy. I was like, I said, is this woman taking me on a date? I was like,
You suggested a place?
I didn't tell because he was looking for a truffle pizza.
Yeah.
So I know this place downtown with a good truffle pizza.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, okay, I'll take you there.
yeah.
So-
And it's the hospitality. Like, I'm in her country.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I'm just
Yeah.
thinking, you're just kicking it.
Yeah.
And it's literally like, I remember creating a video and was like, because I'm looking at everybody back home and COVID's going crazy.
Yeah.
And like, I'm like, yo, y'all are out going crazy. And I'm walking around, there's lights on the road and there's horse and carriages. It's crazy. It's magical
Yeah.
in Dubai.
Yeah.
Right. And so we meet, and then she's not even there first. I get there early, and there's champagne waiting on the thing. I'm like, for a second, I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like, what's
Yeah.
going on? But it was cool. We talked a lot. Like,
Nice.
we shared a lot.
On
And
that
then
first date.
on the first date, we did a lot of talking.
Yeah.
And so I did a lot of listening.
Yeah.
She shared a lot more, and then after that,
That was it.
it was history. But we talked a lot. Like, even through COVID, like, I would tell people that our time through COVID talking to each other, it like fast forwarded what a relationship would be, because we
Nice.
didn't have those moments to where it's only nice.
Yes.
Where it's only dating time. So I don't see you for 2-3 days. We're just talking.
Yeah.
But I only see you in the high moments.
Yeah.
Like, we were stuck. The whole world was at an
Yeah.
even playing field. We were all shitty.
That's true.
Like, we were all low, and so
Yeah.
we just talk.
Yeah.
And
It
things
got deep really fast.
really
Yeah.
quick.
Because
And
you guys
so
had more time to
Yeah.
converse as well.
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
you had was time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
so on the first date, that's when you gave him your number, or did you?
No, the
No,
second day
Instagram,
when
yeah.
he messaged me, he was
Yeah.
like, "So can I get number?" And
Yeah,
I was like,
I
"Yeah."
had to pull out the tricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, pull
I
out
saw
the
his
tricks.
Instagram pictures and stuff. I'm like,
you're
okay,
like,
You know,
okay,
cute.
check.
that's the
He
thing
cute.
when girls, because even when back in the day when I used to like hit on girls and they're like Instagram, I would actually prefer that, because then I can see,
Yeah.
okay, so she has quite a few people that she knows. She's
Yeah.
sociable. You can
Yeah.
get a little bit glimpse of her
Yeah,
life, but on like
exactly.
WhatsApp, it's like okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Exactly.
then you move into the number because that's more secure, like what you
Yeah.
said. So like,
Mm-hmm.
I have the number. Like she can't get away from me now.
Yeah.
I'm not a serial killer.
That's why I didn't give my number.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But did you video call during like lockdown, or was it just mostly
Zoom.
like
We
chatting?
zoomed,
yeah.
Oh, Zoom.
Zoom,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, shout out to Zoom.
Yeah, because we don't have FaceTime here, so
Yeah,
definitely
exactly.
Zoom.
Yeah.
So when you were you here to stay, or were you here to
I was
just
here
have a
2
vacation?
years.
Oh, okay.
I was
So
supposed to
you
be
came
2
here
years.
and you knew I was gonna, stay for 2 years. It wasn't
Yeah,
like a
it was-
vacation.
But it was like, because Coach King, I've
Mm.
known him since I was a teenager.
Yeah.
Freshman year of high school, sophomore year of high school, And so he's been with me throughout everything,
Yeah.
basketball, post-basketball, school. So I had just finished graduate school. And before I went to graduate school, I was talking with him and my uncle who runs the NBA Academy in Africa. And I was talking with them, and I was like, I think I want to go play pro, because I had the option whether or not I wanted to dedicate the time to that. And they were telling me, they were like, look, this is what you're going to have to do. They were really pushing me not to do it.
Yeah.
Because they were like, you have a different path. Because a lot of people who play sports, especially basketball, you don't always have a lot of options when it's time to start making money. And so I was a pretty solid guy on my campus. So my college campus, I had a professor who advocated for me, was like family, and they brought me back to my university. So I had took 8 months off of after graduation to train to see if I wanted to play, listen to contract offers, and just look at, the pros and cons. And then Coach King and my uncle was like, look, man, you can go get your master's degree and be done by 25. And then if you want to play after, you can, but you have a safety net. So I went back to graduate school, and then I had a unique experience with that too. But I ended up, graduating like 2 degrees from there.
Nice.
And then after that, I was looking at what's next. And I was going to go to Philadelphia because I have what I call like family. He has a couple of clubs and a couple of restaurants, and he's doing really well now. And so I was going to go work under him as an apprentice. Just learn how he does business things and go from there, right?
Yeah.
And I had been driving from Harrisonburg to Philadelphia for like a month doing job interviews. And that's like a 6-hour drive.
Wow.
Right? And because I stayed in my college town because I didn't want to go back home because I had a 2-bedroom apartment for like a third of the cost of what it would live in D.C.
Yeah.
And by myself.
Oh,
right?
DC is so expensive. Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'll just stay here. Now, Coach King went to college in Philadelphia. My uncle grew up there too, and so they had really strong ties there. And so I had been going back and forth for months, and I finally got settled on a job, something that I wasn't really going to do, but my mom and the women in my family just needed to hear that I had a job that sounded familiar.
Yeah, of
to
course.
be cool. And so when I'm about to leave for that, like the same day I actually find an apartment, same day the lady says, all right, I'm going to send you the lease. You got 48 hours to send it back. Coach King calls me 30 minutes later.
Wow.
Like, no exaggeration. He's like, yo, have you left yet? I was like, man, what do you want? Right? Because he's always, it's hard to get in contact with him sometimes because he might be in Niagara Falls. Somebody send me a picture. He's in the Grand Canyon or something. I'm like, yo, you were just in New York last week.
Yeah.
And so he says, don't go anywhere yet. I was like, what are you talking about, man? I got a lease. I got to go. He said, I might be going to Dubai. I said, well, send me a postcard. Because he is a postcard guy, too, right?
Okay, yeah.
And so, I was like, send me a postcard. He's like, no, I want you to come with me. I said, look, man, I'm not playing.
Yeah.
I got strict this and that. He's like, look, this is the best offer. He said, listen, I'll talk to your mom. You know what I'm saying? So if I can't get you what I'm promising you, I'll find your apartment for the first year in Philadelphia. I said, well, whatever.
Sure.
I said, no, let's go.
Yeah.
And so long story short, I went did this process to, they had a different guy that was going to come. Coach King was like, I'm not leaving the States with this random guy. I got to have my guy. And so I came with him. He's like, look, I just need you 2 years.
Yeah.
Help me build. You get Dubai connections. And then, post-school, coming into Dubai, getting tax-free money.
Yeah.
Accommodations paid for. And then I'm in Dubai. I did what I call a bid. I was in college for 7 years straight because I did the undergrad and then pretty much went right back for grad school. And so I was ready to go crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
And so
I need this break.
Right, but I only had 4 months of going crazy. And then COVID, then I meet her. But I was only going to be here 2 years to start the business, and then I was gone.
That was the plan.
That was the plan.
And then God was like, psych, nope.
Yes,
I have a better plan for you.
Here's a wife.
Exactly.
Right.
Here's a wife. Soon enough, a baby.
So were you expecting to have this whole where you are today? Were you expecting this when you were about to leave the U.S. or no?
I was never going to get married. For sure.
Never.
But never going to get married here or
Period.
Ever.
Oh wow.
Period.
Okay.
Jamila.
I know.
Well, we'll credit Islam, and then but I was definitely never going to get married.
Yeah.
I was seen a lot, did a lot.
Yeah.
Trust issues, all those other different things. But what was I like the intuitive, right? I like to pay attention to a lot of things. And so when I was in graduate school, I played basketball all my life. And so my days were filled, like scheduled from the time I woke up to the time I went to sleep. So when I went back to grad school, you know, courses are reduced. You know, it's not as much heavy work. It's more critical thinking, you developing your own theories of things and creating things. And so I didn't have to do as much work. And so I had just hours and hours of free time. And so I started helping one of my former teammates with a clothing brand that was pretty big at the time. He had like Chris Brown's and all those type of people that was there. And so I had a little experience with that. And then I was working at a mental health institution overnight. And I was a professor on campus at 24, 25. And so I was just filling in the stuff, just trying to figure out. But I was spending a lot of time reading. And so my university, most colleges in America have a religious background of some sort.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Right? But I just went to college for sports, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I didn't care, whatever. So, but it's a Mennonite school, and specifically, they're one of the world leaders in sustainability and peace and conflict transformation.
Okay.
And so that's something I don't pay attention to for real until I get to grad school. And so I'm learning about religions, and my mom never forced me to go anywhere, but I'm 25. I'm reading autobiography of Malcolm X, somebody I was already keen to. And so I wanted to, this is 2015, 16, I wanted to get closer to Islam,
Yeah.
right? But I didn't, America is a jungle.
Yeah.
Nothing
hear
in
you.
America is the way it's supposed to be because it can't be.
Yeah.
Like there's too much going on, too much distraction, too much. And so there's factors of Islam around in America. It's hard to find like what pure Islam is. And through reading the autobiography, I saw that transformation from him, and I like resonated with it. So in my mind, I was like, I want to learn more and get closer to that because it connected.
Yeah.
I feel like Islam just made sense, and it's the purest
Yeah.
of all, right? No extra, and it just lined up with my morals and values.
I think
Okay.
that's the most
It's-
important thing.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just nothing. It was just no fluff. It
Yeah.
was just like directly this. It's like it's no here, it's no that. You can't change this and that. And then in America, you know how slavery and the Bible and things,
yeah.
they were used as tools to keep slaves in line.
Yeah, everything gets distorted
Right,
in one way or
everything.
another. Yeah.
And so as an African American in the U.S., you learn to question everything because you just have to, because the history is not what they try to sell. And so when I got here, we got to Dubai, it's an Islamic country. Even before I met her, I'm like, okay, this is not coincidence,
Yeah.
right? And so I was like, I'll spend some time figuring it out, seeing what it's like. And then when you get here, you see that the country is ran like under the Islamic rule. Under
Yeah.
the Quran. And you know, everybody had free health care in the middle of Corona. Like nobody had issues with anything because that's the way it was going. And so I got to see Islam without any propaganda.
Yeah.
Without any propaganda or anything, and then just make my own decisions. And then that just,
So you had that in mind already, and you felt that pull even before meeting Jamila.
Yeah.
So it was already there.
Yeah.
So
So
that
like
helped
the
it-
nudge was already there.
To secure it a little bit more once you met her.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I still wasn't like in a rush to get married though.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
the one thing. I'm still very Western in that. You're not arranging my marriage.
Yeah.
I'm going to do my mental health checks on you before
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
get into this because I didn't want to get married. It's like I'm American, so it's like a business move. I might be.
It's true. That's how Americans think.
yeah,
Yeah. It's like,
I get so offended when you
Yeah.
say that. It's like
Yeah.
a business partner. I'm like, what
Yeah.
are you talking about? This is not
Word.
a business.
That's
No, but I can understand why as well. You would
Yeah.
think that, but it's a little bit of
Makes sense.
yeah. it's
especially
like-
as a man, even though I didn't have anything yet, I knew what I was aspiring for and what I could get. And in America, a woman can take a half of everything,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Like literally. Could
When
take,
divorce comes,
Yeah.
that's it.
yeah,
And-
women are favored in divorce courts, right?
take your kids, take
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
And I've been around like a lot and seen a lot. And so I've been around people who were attacked and like pointed out by those type of women who
Yeah.
just like, I'm here just to get this and get that. And once
Yeah.
I get it, I'm straight for life. And so I'm like, I don't know if I can trust that.
Yeah.
Right. And
Yeah.
then, urges and this and that. But Islam just made clarity through all that.
Okay.
I mean, it was really, really specific on how divorce works, on
Yeah.
how everything works. And I was like, okay, now all the answers are there. And
Yeah.
so But I still had to take my time though, you know, and talk it out.
No, but
don't make it sound like it was forced. It wasn't forced. I did give him, I did, you know, talk to him because after a year I was like, okay, you need to make up your mind. Are we going to get married or
I
what
did
is
get
it?
forced.
What is it? No, because if it's a no, it's a no. You would
Yeah.
say, okay, give me a few weeks. I'll get back to you. I don't think this is going to work. Let's just end it here.
Yeah.
But I did talk to him. You know, I was like, I want to get married.
Yeah.
What about you? So I'm like, you have till the end of the year to give me an answer. And then at the end of the
ultimatum
year,
was set.
yeah. So at the end of the year, we did get married.
No, but did you bring that up like when you first started talking,
No,
or
no,
like
no.
No, tell
once?
him. Tell him.
Tell him what?
Yeah. Tell him. What?
This is why we wanted you both, because we can set the record
first-
straight.
Okay, so at first, like first few months when I met him, I was explaining like a few things about Islam and stuff.
Yeah.
So he would always joke and be like, "Okay, that sounds really good, but you're not trying to convert me to marry you, right?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" No, because I wasn't thinking of marriage as well. That
Yeah.
time I was
Say-
like
say that-
20.
Hold on. Say that
I was
sentence.
26, 20.
You weren't thinking of marriage, right?
that time.
Right. No thinking of marriage. It was a long
That
time
time.
talking. All of a sudden,
Yeah.
all
that
right, let's
time.
get married.
No, that's after a year.
I'm like,
No, it's
I
after
thought
a
you
year.
said.
Stop. So in 2021, I remember in summer before he went back home, I talked to him and I was like, okay, so you need to make up your mind. What are we doing? You
Yeah.
know, is this going to be a marriage thing? And like, he's going back to America and I know how wild America can be.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I don't want to get hurt. You know, if we were here like together every single day.
Right.
So I'm like, I don't want to, you know, get hurt or disappointed or anything. So let me know what you want.
Mm-hmm.
So he just told me, if I come back, then you know it's real. I'm like, what the hell does that mean?
We're speaking in code, bro.
What
Like,
does that mean?
I
He
was
was like,
doing
when
that on
I come
purpose.
back, and then he speaks slow
keep them
as
chasing.
if I'm gonna understand it. He says, when I come back, it means it's real. I was like, okay, sure.
It's like
we'll
a
see.
movie.
Yeah, I definitely
So-
was doing it on purpose.
Yeah.
Much too many rom-coms.
So,
So
totally
before
guilty.
before he traveled back in 2021 to visit his family, that's when he converted because he was
Okay.
thinking about it as well and stuff. So I told him, not in a
Yeah.
way that I want to marry him. Of course I want to marry him, but for his own good as a
Just do
human
it.
being as well, I told him, you know, stop thinking too much about it. Just do it because you never know what could happen. And anything else you need to learn, you will learn it along the way. So
Yeah.
I'm like, just do it. Regardless, I'm with you, not with you. That's for your own good. It's not for me or anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it could be overwhelming to think about when somebody hears about what a Muslim's life is like.
Yeah.
You can think it's overwhelming, and I'm like, yo, I just got to go from what I've been doing for 27 years to just automatically turn it off.
Yeah.
Like, and I know I'm not gonna be able to do that completely.
Yeah.
But you're just overthinking it. You know, Allah's forgiven.
I think for us, it's quite normal because we grew up in an Arab country
Right.
where, again, Islam is like almost more than half of the population are Muslims. But then as an American, I mean, who grew up in America, if you're going back and you tell people I'm Muslim,
Yeah.
there's just this different like mentality of what Muslims are or how Muslims are, and it's always distorted, as you said.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that also played in your mind, like, okay, how am I gonna face the reality if I go back home?
Well,
And how to
I-
be a Muslim in America
well,
as well.
I grew up in a very, very diverse area of the world. And so the DMV, the DC, Maryland, Virginia area is probably most unique in America because the District of Columbia, the nation's capital, is
Yeah.
there. And then where I grew up in Alexandria, it's like 15 minutes. And then there's also Maryland, to where it's all connected. Like the metro connects 3 different states, almost like. And so there's different everything there. And so
Right.
within my school, my high school had 3,000 kids.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
And, you know, we had kids that were on government assistance. Then we had governor kids. And then we had those kids that were international. So I grew up with people who were Muslim.
Okay.
I grew up with people that were from Egypt. So when I converted, a lot of the people that I grew up with in high school that weren't necessarily popular, but because I was just somebody, even though I was a star basketball player, I was just, I was in AP courses. And so,
Oh, okay.
so I was a basketball player, AP courses. I just mixed with everybody.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people were championing me and saying, if you need anything. And so I understood it too.
Yeah.
And then my mom raised me to be a really, really independent thinker. And so my
Nice.
circle too. And so I was never worried about what anybody would say, but I also knew that some people, if I made the decision, that some people would be like, all right, if Ryan did it, then it's something. Because I question, I think, I write and everything, I read and everything, probably too much.
Mm-hmm.
So if I make that move, they're going to be like, what's going on? So I got people now, after I converted, saying that they wanted to, and they did. And
Their curiosity spiked and they wanted to know more about it.
Because everybody is like, it's like, man, it's just a misconception about everything.
Mm-hmm.
So true.
And because everybody distorts the messages, right? If you make it sound good enough, if you put the camera up clear enough, the mic sounds good enough, and you give it enough vigor, it's going to sound right.
Yeah.
Right? And so a lot of people fall for that because, you know, that's what we learned. So I was like, just take your time, do your own research, and you go here. So that's cool. And then my mom's supportive, so.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, how was the family as well? How did they welcome this?
I mean, my uncle and and my aunt, they were like, we knew you would be. Like, you just do your own thing.
Yeah.
And since I was young, I was always out. Because I was out every weekend since age 12 until, I don't know, 12. It was basketball. So I'm going in and out every state, all over the place. So my mom was like, you just going to do your thing. So it was no good. Even when I left for Dubai, that was my first time leaving the country.
And like to Dubai.
Yeah, and it's going right to
America.
Dubai. And so they were like, my mom she didn't waver. She's like, all right, do your thing.
She didn't flinch.
Yeah, she's like, you gonna
come back in one piece. Or
she's like, you good. I'll see you when I get there. And
but that's good because the trust is there. Like, I mean, she saw you grow up from like a young man, and every decision you make, as you said, you would research, you would really learn about it. So you were like planting these little seeds to everyone around you. So when you made the decision, they're just like, yep. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah. That's what made it easy too. I got married and they never met my wife.
Yeah. I never met his mom.
Right.
Or his sibling, his brother.
Yeah, only through Zoom.
Yeah.
And like even all of my closest circle, like she couldn't meet any of them. She only met who I consider my sister, my best friend.
Yeah.
Because she came a little while ago. But everybody was like, look, if he made that decision, then you must have, won some things over. So everybody is all
supportive
good.
About it.
Yeah.
I mean, you said your side of the story with your family, so it was not tough, but your dad just needed a little bit like
he needed to meet him.
And needed to meet. How was that?
Can you see how tall I was?
It was like, approved. Yeah, you got it.
All good.
All yours. Take her.
How was it meeting her Emirati dad for like the first time?
Well, the first thing is, and I hope this part goes viral or something.
Yeah.
I get so
put a timestamp on it.
Yeah, I get so annoyed when people be like, "Yo, you're marrying somebody for the passport." And I'm like,
no.
Right? And I'm like, American, we live in our own bubble to an extent, right? Because each state in America is like a country. Right?
Yeah.
Virginia is bigger than the UAE, probably the Gulf put together, right?
Yeah.
And so, we don't typically hear about the fact that, you got to get married to this person so you can have this because this is stronger here and here. And so when everybody was saying like, yeah, she's Emirati, you get the benefits. I was like, what happens?
What benefits?
What benefits?
Yeah.
What is it that I need that I have to get from her? And so I'm still trying to figure out if you guys
please comment, guys.
I think only the Emirati men.
People tell me that too. Like they tell me, oh, you get the green card. I'm like, I don't need a green card.
Yeah. You're like, I'm good.
What are you guys talking about?
Yeah, it's like we're good, and honestly, like. We're citizens of the world, to say. I feel like I'll be comfortable wherever it is I am. So that was it. But meeting her dad was cool for me.
Yeah.
I think I was raised by really strong men, and so walking into that space, like I know what it's like. She told me how it is traditionally in Marathi,
give you the briefing
and all these other different things. And my American arrogance and my black arrogance is like, okay, all right,
whatever.
Cool. I was like, I'm taller than him, so
I explained things to him before he comes, and I'm like, when I'm done, I'm like, you're nervous? He was like, no, why would I? Like, what?
Oh, but that's a good sign that he's not phased. He's like, no, I'm coming in with good intentions.
So different from my story to yours. She has a picture of me sitting literally like this in front of her dad.
And his knees shaking in front of my dad.
Because it was opposite. He's taller, he's bigger, and then I was like...
He's intimidating. Bro, please don't kill me.
Because I'm great with moms though.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
can like speak to her mom like for hours, but the
Yeah.
dad, there's something like
Yeah.
I need to really work on that.
Yeah.
Even then, like when I'm at her house, I'm always in the kitchen with her mom. She's like, "Go talk to my dad." I'm
I'm
like,
like, go outside. You know how
Yeah.
moms are always in the
Yeah.
kitchens, right?
Yeah.
And like my dad is always in the living room. Like, just go out, speak to him, speak to him. It's like, I think I'm good here.
Yeah.
I'll
yeah.
stay here.
okay. I want to cook.
You ever told him a joke that he didn't laugh at?
No, I never tried to make a joke as well. I don't even know I'm a comedian. Like I don't want to. Like, oh, so you're like you go on stage and make people laugh. I'm like,
My dad knows he works a 9-to-5 job because you know how dads are like, okay, what does he do? You know,
Yes.
there's a 9-to-5 job. So one time he's like, where are you going? I'm like, to Joshua's show. He's like, Joshua's show? I'm like, he's a comedian. And my dad's like, what?
yeah.
And I'm like, okay, that's my cue. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
then I cried.
But dads can be like, they're, you know,
Tough,
Yeah.
difficult sometimes, especially an Arab dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's obsessed with him now.
Is he
Yeah.
like, how are you? But how's Ryan?
Yeah,
First.
how's Ryan?
Yeah.
If like we got into an argument and he knows about it, he'd be like, "Oh, don't give him a headache. He's a good guy." I'm like, "What about me?"
Wow.
I'm your daughter.
What have you done? You
Dad.
need to give me some tips.
Listen, I definitely threw that out there. I'm gonna call your dad. I definitely threw that out there a
Because
couple
I always
times.
push it as well. I know Dad is like very worried, so I always make sure
Yeah.
that he knows that he's a good guy
Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
taken care of and
Yeah.
stuff. So that's when he's like, he sees me comfortable, he sees me happy. So he's like, yeah, he is. So she's safe.
I think
so.
that's the most important, like for the dads to see that their daughters are
Yeah.
happy, and then it'll start
Yeah.
easing in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And have a plan.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's the other
Exactly.
thing too. Like have
That's
some
true.
type of
That's true.
direction of
Yeah.
where things are gonna go,
yeah.
and so that way he's like, all right, and it
Yeah.
makes him even more willing to help too.
True. Yeah.
Because I'm not here. Life. If I wish sometimes I had as a 9 to 5, especially here, because I can't do what I do in America, where I have a side hustle,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah,
I have my
correct.
main job here, and I can do all those things, and so it's
True.
just completely one thing.
Yeah.
And that is, I'm playing a long-term game, and so whatever salary, so to speak, you get here
Mm-hmm.
is not what I'm aiming for, and so a lot of times, you know, it's a really rigid way of thinking, because this is what is coming. I'm like, nah, I'm trying to get this, and so if they don't understand that, you got to be able to explain. It's like,
Yeah,
you know, this is an entrepreneurial adventure, so it's gonna be a little while, but
yeah,
there's some steps along the way to let you know if it's working or not. So,
yeah. Then
we'll
soon
get
enough,
there.
it's gonna happen.
Inshallah.
Yeah,
Do
exactly.
you think you can make whatever you're making back home, or you rather start it from here and like take it forward?
If I was home, I would not be podcasting, and I would not be doing what I'm doing
Mm-hmm.
for
Okay.
sure,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because it's like I said, everything's muddy water,
Mm.
right? And so I would have been doing in America. You gotta really toe the line
Yeah.
to certain things if
Mhm.
you want to make some money. And so here I can, like I said, we went through COVID, and Coach King and I, when we started Hoop Mountain and we got here, we didn't have a good lay of the land, as they say.
Mm-hmm.
We
Yeah.
didn't have the infrastructure help or the information we needed to start.
Yeah.
And sad to say, COVID kind of helped us. We call it a red shirt year in basketball. If you're not ready for college basketball yet, academically or whatever, take a red shirt year to where you sit
Mhm.
out, you just practice with the team, but you
Right.
don't play and you don't lose eligibility. So you
Right.
get like a full year of being a college player without actually playing. So you get to
Okay.
go through the schedule, you get to go through the workouts, everything, just to get accustomed and get used to it.
Yeah.
So COVID was kind of like that for us.
Mm-hmm.
And so now it's like, all right, we got it. We started with 2 kids when we opened up in 2020 or whatever. Now
Yeah.
we have over 200. And it's only us 2.
Wow.
And we're doing a lot of groundwork to completely change the way basketball is done here,
Yeah.
because it's needed,
Mm.
right? Because small businesses help build community.
Yeah.
We talked about earlier that
Yes.
like people come and go often. And for
That's
Coach
true.
King and I, when we tell you like, you know, it takes a village. Like my business partner has known me since I was 15 years old, and he's
Yeah.
helped raise me. And so
Yeah.
when parents come to us and they're asking, we're like, look, we're not babysitting your kid for one.
Mm.
So when it comes to us, or when she comes to us, she's gonna be completely different. more disciplined, more loving,
Yeah.
more of a team player, all of those different things.
So
Right?
it's not just like sport; it's like all the other components of sportsmanship, discipline.
Exactly, because I played college basketball, and just out of America alone, only 2% of the high school basketball players play college basketball. 2%.
Wow.
At any level,
Wow.
right? I played, and then I also played on a team where I was a starter, and so only a small percentage of that gets to the
Move
level.
forward,
So it
yeah.
could be 10 million kids, only 100,000 to go play somewhere, right?
Yeah.
Maybe less than that.
Yeah.
And so basketball is not popular because everybody can play it, because everybody can relate to it. And so you just got to have the proper teachers around to be like, hey, this is how it applies to your life. And so that's why it's important for Coach King and I, too, because I do podcasting. I'm working on another venture. Like,
Nice.
we do a bunch of different things, and basketball was kind of the catalyst for all of that. And so now we can show a kid who may be unathletic, may not be able to jump and everything, but we show him kind of the chess side of basketball.
Yeah.
How you can be mentally better than somebody who's this and that and be successful and work with a team.
Yeah.
Now that changes. And then we bring the moms in and we do things to make the moms happy. And, you know, they got mom and dad T-shirts and, you know.
It's like a whole family affair.
It has to be.
Yeah.
Because you can't do this job where you're tailoring to kids and people and expect to be rich. So that's the number one thing. Like, we don't expect to be rich off Hoop Mountain Dubai and not off getting kids to come, right? Like, it's our job to work around that and figure out how to make some money from it.
Yeah.
And that's not, you know, trying to overcharge kids.
Yeah.
Like, they're treating it like it's the polo club.
Yeah.
Like, basketball can be played with a ball and a peach basket. All right. So it got to be open to everybody.
Or like a paper and a garbage bin. Like, that's what
literally, right?
Yeah.
And so it got to be that fundamentally sound and that easy for anybody to play. And so
I have a question, since you're like, you also do a bit of coaching. What do you think of like participation trophies?
we don't do it.
So if you win or lose, like, that's it.
You got to, because you lose a lesson,
Yeah.
right? And so we I just spoke on the last podcast too. We just had a moment or two where some kids lost, and these are 6-year-olds. Right.
Okay.
And so they've been around us a little bit.
Yeah.
And so what happens in sports is your team starts to take the personality of your coach. Right. And so this is how you see who's trending upwards or not. And so when we first get kids, sometimes they cry, they run. Sometimes their parents enable them to do that and say, he's just not feeling. So we got to talk to them. It's like, listen, like, he or she's going to be without you most of the time. How are they going to learn how to fight through this space?
Yeah.
And so now we're at the point to where if our kids don't win anything that's in our academy, they'll come to us and say, Coach, how can I win the next one?
Very
Nice.
Right? And so now we're building some resiliency. And then we're telling them, like, look, you may play well and still not win a trophy. Right? Because only one person can get that.
Yeah.
Right? Or one team. And so, you know, that's one of those things to where you do have to learn how to win.
Yeah.
Like, with everything, there's a process that gets you from point A to point
Yeah, there's
Z.
no shortcut. Just
None. And basketball is one of those things to where not only can you not shortchange it, but then you also have to learn how to play a role within other teammates.
Because it's not you.
It
Yeah.
can't be.
Yeah.
It can't be, right? And so we're getting there. We're teaching parents that as well.
It's good.
That's where the
Because sometimes
most,
as adults, you forget that as well.
man.
Yeah.
That's where the biggest lesson is sometimes, is teaching the parents.
that's before I cut this again. But it's the same like with dog training. They say you can only teach so much to a dog. Like, all the training has to come to the owners, right?
The owners as well. Yeah, so I think that's super important, because you have to really start them young, because these kids will eventually become, as you said earlier, leaders. And if you don't, then they become sore losers. They grow up as adults, cranky adults, don't know how to lose, and then suddenly become adults who don't know how to function in the real world, which is
obvious.
scary.
And what's really cool about basketball, if it's a really, really, really good organization and culture, the kids will start to teach the others.
Yeah.
And so we've have kids in our program now maybe 2 or 3 years. And so we do push-ups for things. We do certain things that if you do this wrong, everybody has the punishment, right? Because you got to be accountable for it. So if a new person comes in, that kid's going over there and telling them how to live the land goes, right?
That is so
and
nice
so,
to see.
And that's how you start a culture.
Yeah.
To where it starts to build, and then whoever comes in, that's how it goes for 3, 4, 5, 6 years, and even
Yeah.
our parents. So we'll have a video coming out soon, hopefully this week,
Yeah.
to kind of like the testimonials and show how it works on and off the court. But this will, it takes a long time.
Yeah.
It takes a long time,
And
but you gotta build and let that happen.
It's a real community.
Man,
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
Real
needed.
village.
Yeah. I want to check with Jamila. Do you think like he's gonna be a strict dad?
Yes.
No hesitation. Yes. Right
Yes,
away.
strict dad. I'm really soft. I mean, he's kind as well,
Mhm.
you know, but he knows his limits. Of course, there will be balance. And if we have a boy, the way we're going to raise him is different. If we have a girl, it's completely different as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
So if
he-
it's a girl,
but-
you're gonna be she's gonna be a daddy's girl. You're gonna be less strict.
Mm-mm.
No, still.
more strict. If it's
Okay.
a girl, it's different.
I'll probably be more strict on boy, but I'll still be just as strict on the girl.
You know?
Yeah.
But it's just I coach, right? And I come from a line of coaches and all these things, and so there's certain lessons and stuff. So I'm not like, I don't believe in girl push-ups.
Mm.
Right? I don't
Yeah.
believe that you do this.
That's good.
Nah.
Yeah.
We do all this.
Yeah.
We do all
Yeah.
of this. Like I don't
Everyone
wanna hear
does the same level
Yeah.
of push-ups.
Yeah,
It's
I
good.
understand. I understand physically when it's like, look,
Yeah.
when you're 14, I understand it's like, nah, I just can't.
Mhm.
But there's just certain things that's gonna be different. But it's like my mom told me since she was young, we are not friends. It's gonna be real clear and evident that we are not friends. But I
Yeah.
love you.
Yeah.
We didn't become like friends until I was like 21. Like that now that relationship is more like, mom's my dog. That's my best friend.
Yeah.
But it was clear.
Yeah.
It's like, nah, this is the lay of the law. Like, this is how it's gonna go.
Took a while to get there. Yeah.
Oh man.
So you have to earn her trust as well.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
you gotta prepare somebody for the world.
Yeah.
The real world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
like,
true.
Like you can't. It's not. And and we're gonna be in Dubai, right?
Yeah.
Like, I don't plan on moving back to the States.
Okay.
Like,
So you've decided this is where you're gonna raise a
I'm
child.
going to
as well.
live in
Yeah.
an Islamic country, a Muslim
Yeah.
country for sure,
Mhm.
no matter where it goes. We'll go back to America because I
Yeah.
have to see NBA games.
Yes.
You know, there's a few other things, entertainment wise and stuff that I'm like, I gotta have.
Yes.
But if we're gonna be here, because that was my concern before too, is that I don't want to raise a soft kid. That's like, you know, I don't want a nanny.
Okay.
Like I don't
Oh,
like.
okay.
We have kids that can't do anything without their nanny, and we
Yeah.
I don't
Because
know
they
how
grew
many.
up that way.
Man,
Yeah.
we make the kids apologize to nannies if they talk crazy, if they
good.
drop their basketball or their bag and tell the nanny to pick it up. I'm like, no, you take
Oh
it.
no.
Like
Yeah.
there's certain things that's just not gonna happen because
Yeah.
it's a human element.
Yeah. No,
Yes.
No way.
You just
Yeah.
respect people.
Of course.
Yeah.
And so it's a few things that's gonna be different, but we're gonna have fun though.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
Regardless,
fun.
it's gonna be a great time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a balance.
Yeah.
So we know who the good cop and the bad cop is gonna be.
Depending. 'Cause
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
never know with mom.
Yeah.
And she has the Filipina fire and the Emirati fire.
Sinabi ko na sa'yo.
Yeah.
I
like,
grew up with palo, which is like hitting.
Yeah.
I grew up with a lot of palo.
Palo.
And
Yeah.
I don't really want that for my
Yeah.
kids. No, I don't
Yeah.
wanna be like that with my kids, either a boy or girl.
yeah. I'll rough them up a little bit though.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
nothing.
get them
nothing-
ready.
Nothing crazy, but
Yeah.
especially with the boy, because we start to poke his chest out a little bit.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, his
he-
ego gets the best of him.
Yeah.
He's like, I can
Yeah.
stand up to my dad. Like,
Yeah, nah.
No,
Uh-uh.
not in my one.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
now my brother is bigger than my dad.
Yeah.
Like taller and bigger than my dad.
Okay.
So
Younger brother, right?
older.
Older brother,
Yeah, I'm the
okay.
youngest. Yeah.
Yeah.
Were your brothers like weary of him in the beginning? We're like, is he a good guy? Did they?
Before I told my brother about him that, oh, I know this guy and I want to marry him and he's American and stuff like that. Should I tell dad? I was asking my brother, should I tell dad or not and stuff. And he was like, you sure? Like you want to marry an American? And he didn't really give me an answer about like what dad would expect and stuff, because all my brothers know that I am close with my dad. So if I talk to him, you know, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
So he didn't really, you know, he wasn't against it or anything. He was just like, you know, go try and see what he says. But yeah.
Because it's the kuya thing, right? Like,
The protective brothers.
or like even if
Yeah.
for my older sister, like if she like starts talking to me about a guy, like I just like try to bring out like, oh, what does he do? Like, you know, I suddenly start seeing myself as a dad. I don't even know why. Like, of course, like when I was starting to date her, she had like no real concerns in the beginning, but I
But
think it's
I'm
just
like,
a
kids
brother thing.
with my siblings, it's like I'm the ate.
Yeah.
So if
okay.
there's anything, like they always come to me or ask me and stuff. So when the first time I ask, my brother, I want to marry this guy, like, what do you think? Is kind of like, like you're asking me? I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
go try.
Yeah.
So it was different. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the trust was there as well.
Yeah.
So both of you have
Yeah.
sort of this similar background
Yeah.
from how it was.
Yeah. From home.
Well,
But when did you know that he was the one, or was it just like?
Yeah.
that
Like-
first date.
Or
No,
of
not
you.
first
no.
date.
Yeah.
No, in the first few months when I knew him, I was just thinking, you have a specific image of, or like an idea of an American. I was like, he's American. He's just gonna play. He's not gonna take me seriously or whatever. And I didn't want to get married back then, and I mean it. Okay, I didn't want to get married back then. So, I think I fell in love with him, like in love. I would have married him after a year, for real. Like as soon as I felt like I was really in love with him and I cannot live without him,
Yeah.
I told him immediately, like, listen, we need to get married. So as soon as I felt that, I told him so that I don't drag it too long.
Yeah.
So when I felt it, I was like, okay, I want to get married. What do you want to do? What do you want to do about it? I don't remember a specific moment because he's been really, really good to me since the beginning.
Yeah.
Like since the beginning, he was, a great guy. He's honest. He's like straight with me and stuff. So I'm like, there's nothing not to love about him. And he's really smart. And whatever he says that he will do it.
Yeah.
So that's what I really love
It's a man of his
about
word.
him.
Yeah. And I think that's
Yeah.
important to us women because that's what we look for, right? Especially when you come to a certain age, you're like, you're done with games. I don't want to drag this for too long. If I know what I want, I'm gonna tell this person. And same for Josh. Like, I don't know, the first couple of months where we were dating like exclusively, I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna play games. So I really want to get married probably in the next year or 2 years.
Was he shocked?
So were you?
Oh, really? Because she was very open about it ever since the beginning. Like even because we matched on Tinder.
Yeah.
No.
So
Yeah. We
Really?
did,
It's
yeah.
it's a little bit of a longer story than that. Like I met her, but I was dating someone else at the time when I first met her.
Ooh, she's a home wrecker.
Oh, you have no idea.
Go
You
get
have no
what's
idea.
yours.
No idea. Tell us the idea.
Go get what's yours. Yeah.
No, but I was saying I was dating someone already. But in my mind, I knew
Yeah.
I got
You
it,
fell in
and
love
then
with
she's
him.
like, I'm going to move to the U. I hope she doesn't hear this because it's so bad. But she said, I'm moving to the US. Let's do long distance. And my mom's like, yeah, let's do long distance. But in my mind, I'm like, the moment you land, it's
Yeah.
over.
Done.
Long distance from here.
Yeah.
To America.
That's
Yeah.
15 hours
Yeah.
on the flight.
Yeah. And she was in New Jersey, I think, as well. So,
Oh man.
and this is like right in Feb. No, we broke up in Jan. And then March was the COVID. So,
And he
Okay.
never saw himself moving to the U.S. So for him, he's
I
like, how
don't
is
see
this
I don't see myself
work
in the
out?
West really, but she was very open to me ever since the beginning. Like, I'm really dating to find like a partner who I can spend the rest of my life with. And me at that point, like I also had my fair share of like dating around, meeting other people, and like that's why I encourage a lot of people as well to really date around, see, like, understand what you really gel with. Like, I mean,
Yeah.
in your mind you can like, I want a hot blonde. And after some time, it's like, okay, I'm done with the blonde thing. It's not really my thing. Then I'm like, okay, I want to date like a athlete. And then like,
Yeah.
okay, not my
Yeah.
thing as well. So you really narrow down who you
Yeah.
really wanted at the end as a partner. And then I saw those qualities in her. And then,
Yeah.
Can we clarify? We met in January, and then we matched in
in
May.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it was
But
a long. It was a long while.
I was still dating that girl when So
Yeah. So he was
5 months.
dating that girl, and then I saw him in the comedy show. My friend invited me over, and then I saw him on stage, and I'm like, oh, that guy's cute, because I love tattoos. Guy's cute. And then he started doing his comedy show, and at the end of it, he started saying that, no, I'm actually in a committed relationship. I'm like, of course he's in a committed relationship, whatever. So we were introduced because we were both half and halves, and then it just never happened. Like, we said hi, hello, and then we left. But apparently, like,
No, it's okay. That's it. That's the part.
apparently he's like, Janine, who's that girl? And then, like, a few weeks
I'll tell you
later.
off air what really
Yeah.
happened. But
What really
it was so
happened?
crazy. I didn't know if it was like infatuation or
Yeah.
me being
Attraction.
obsessed or something, or like why am I feeling a way about this girl if I just met her for like
Yeah.
5 minutes, so
Mm.
something like that. So
Yeah. But then
I was smitten.
I never met him again in between.
Yeah.
And then saw him on Tinder, and I was like, "Why is this guy here?" I thought he was in a committed relationship.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You thought.
Thought you caught him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I met him on Bumble first, so I swiped left. I'm like, nah, you're in a committed relationship. Why are you on here?
Yeah.
And I saw him on Tinder again, and I'm like, have
Is
they
this a
broken
sign?
up? Have they broken
Yeah.
I
up?
was on every dating
I was
platform. by the way.
saying,
That's
Bumble.
crazy.
Yeah.
Bumble. That's the Dubai Bling one. What's that?
No, it's Bumble.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't we hear that on Dubai Bling? I think the first time I heard Bumble was on one of them
Really?
Dubai sitcom
Yeah.
shows.
Oh
It's
yeah, the guys.
where the girl messages first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
You watched Dubai Bling?
Oh man.
I did.
What did you think of it? I never
Um,
seen it, but
I've never seen it too.
I think
More power to you.
yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to think. Honestly, I think it's an entertainment show, so
Yeah.
everything is like exaggerated.
Yeah.
But I didn't like it. But it was entertaining.
It's
for
funny
some
when they call it
reason.
reality TV, but it's not really
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah.
It's so crazy
Yeah.
because Dubai is so small.
Hmm.
So everywhere they're filming is like everywhere we're all gonna be.
Yeah.
Like
That's true.
like you literally can walk into
Yeah.
one of our players. His mom was the yoga instructor in one of the scenes, or his aunt or something like that.
Yeah.
Like, it's all really
Yeah.
small.
Yeah.
And I feel
that's
like
crazy.
because you know the culture here, and they're all Arabs in Bling.
Yeah.
You know the culture exactly. You know how
Yes.
they move and they talk. You know they don't act like that.
Yeah.
So when you see that they're trying to like compare themselves to Bling, the one in America, which is the one that are all Asians,
Yes.
Asian American, it's
Yeah.
like they're trying too hard. So
Yeah.
sometimes it gets a little bit cringy.
Yeah.
Like you know you don't talk like
Yeah.
that. You know you don't dress like that.
yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, so it's kind of like
Yeah.
they're trying too hard.
And not everyone like buys all of these expensive. Yes, of course they
Yeah.
have these expensive things, but it's not all the time, you know.
And all they do is dinners and stuff in places. I'm like, that's unrealistic. I don't
Is
think
that
so.
your life?
Yeah, dinners here, lunch there, dinners here, lunch.
And they don't even choose the best restaurants too. See, money can't buy taste.
Yeah, that's true.
That's all.
Yeah.
We
Well said.
we eat.
Yeah.
We like to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's one of our things that we bond over.
We actually were supposed to plan a couple date, right? At
Yes.
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yes.
No, we're still doing
Yeah, we're
it.
still doing that.
Yeah.
For
For
We
sure.
actually
sure.
Still doing
discovered
that.
a new Filipino restaurant yesterday,
yeah.
which we have
What's
to
We're gonna bring you
try.
guys to. It's called Chibog.
Oh, okay. I was gonna
Yeah.
say there's
So
there's
they-
one
I
we've
don't know
been
what
to.
chibog is in Tagalog. It's like eat.
Eat.
But a lot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like-
there's one we
Can
went
you
to
say
that I
chibog?
didn't like.
Chibog.
Cheeseburger.
Chibog.
It's like cheeseburger.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of food, and we have food here, which they don't know what it is. So I'm gonna unveil it.
Okay.
Unveil.
Unveil. Ta-da!
Okay.
Baby food.
Okay. Okay. All right.
So-
A sign of relief.
That's funny.
Okay, we're gonna play this game,
Okay.
and we'll test out your parenting skills.
That's peas.
Okay, let's
No,
see.
man.
I'm gonna scoop out a little bit and put it.
Okay.
We got you blue and pink spoons.
Alright, so
Okay.
explain to them. So this is basically, as you can already tell, I don't know if they can see from the camera. Am I audible?
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So it's baby food, but this is more of like a baby shower kind of thing. I know it might be a little
Yeah.
bit premature, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
this is a game that I saw some time back, and it's basically a taste test. So
I love it.
we got different baby food, and you just have to tell us what you think it is or
Flavor.
the key ingredients.
Okay.
Basically,
Yeah.
What you can tell.
And we'll
Okay.
see who's the better
let's
taste
see.
tester.
Oh,
Since
with-
you guys
Okay.
also go out to like eat
Yeah,
yourself
you
food,
said you
eat
love
best.
food, so
Yeah,
let's
yeah.
test
Buy
that
restaurants,
out.
that's not
Baby
good, your
food.
pockets.
Oh,
So-
by food I meant adult food.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Max, this is not yours. This
I'll
is
see you
I don't
again.
know, Max.
That
this
was like
is
peanut butter.
baby food, not dog
It was
food.
like peanut butter.
So maybe I'll do that, not so
Yeah,
much.
just maybe a little bit, and if they need to go for seconds.
Okay, then I'll.
Seconds.
No, in case you need a...
Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Okay, there you go. Okay,
Okay, first one.
test it out.
This is a halal version of my wine tasting. So I.
Oh, that is so nasty. They feed this to babies?
I'm looking at the ingredients right here.
Tastes like vegetable, like hummus, like peas,
Is it carrots?
like peas.
Oh, okay. You
There's
that
some
yeah,
carrots.
there is yeah, carrot in there.
Oh,
But you also said, what did you say?
peas.
Yeah, that's there as well.
Carrots
Yes,
and
peas.
Potato.
And potato that smell. It gives it a little beef stew vibe.
No,
Yeah,
no
that-
potato, no
But
potato.
There's a protein. An animal
There's a protein.
Yeah, a little beef stew vibe. So it's got carrots,
It's
peas.
crow.
Listen.
It's seagull.
Yeah. Oh,
You think it's beef?
it's
Yeah,
it's
because it tastes like beef stew. Exactly.
yeah. It tastes like beef stew.
It is chicken. So
Chicken.
the name is chicken soup with vegetables and rice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's
Okay.
So you have rice, peas.
Ah.
We are sponsored today by Gibson's. Thank you.
Thank you, Gibson's.
Send
So
in the-
for all
send in
your
the
baby
packet.
food needs.
Gibson's.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys ready?
Yes.
Okay,
Well, how are we
We
gonna
can
get
just
I can't
these,
believe they
to
feed that to
get
babies.
tissue?
it's okay. I'll drop it here.
Yeah, we can just use one spoon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
sure?
Mhm.
Okay. Let's put this over here.
That's what marriage is like. You gotta share your
Yeah.
food.
Okay.
Everything.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's
Oh my
that's
God.
watery.
Let's take
Let's
the.
make sure we
Okay,
stir
yeah.
that one up.
This is what your baby's gonna eat.
No, we're getting a fruit.
No wonder why the
food
poop explosions
processor.
be green.
Yeah.
You know what? I'll give this to you, but don't look at the label.
I can't count. I can't promise you
Yeah,
that.
no.
The label's looking at me, so you won't see it.
I don't have my glasses, so I'll
Yeah.
be fine.
If you turn to me, I'm gonna see. Oh wow.
I should have someone to
This
shoot.
carrots. Let's just say okay. It's gonna drip.
Sweet potato.
No.
It's gonna drip. Ah,
No sweet potato? None?
no,
No.
kissing, no kissing tonight. That's for sure.
No, you definitely need the hello.
But the
from-
color is very, very close to
Yeah.
what that is.
Is it yam?
No.
Carrots.
No.
What else is-
But something just happened, and you would use a lot of that
Hey,
from what happens in November.
Pumpkin.
Pumpkin.
Yeah. So it's pumpkin.
Oh,
It is.
Oh,
It's
I
called
have
pumpkin soup.
yeah. Oh, look, I can't read that anyway.
Where is it?
Yeah. No sugar.
No sugar. No. No. Nothing. All natural.
Are we coming with
it's
the
the
avocado?
breakfast of champions.
Right? Are we coming with the avocado toast now?
Oh, you can wipe
Max?
this cup, maybe.
Where?
Behind you.
Where?
Right here. You can just use this.
Oh, yeah,
I'll wash
yeah,
it anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is
Okay.
clean, don't worry. This is a
We're
clean
done with the
cloth.
soupy texture.
Woo.
We have the last of that brand, and then
We have to buy a food
Oh.
processor and make our own baby food.
yeah,
Yeah.
you know that's what my sister makes. She's
I already
like,
planned the meals.
she's
Really?
like, I'm gonna get like the organic stuff. Well, this is organic too. What is this again? Okay, I know what this is. It's probably gonna be your least favorite out of all.
From the color, yeah, it looks like
Yeah.
it.
Hey,
This is
Max.
not yours. He
Yeah.
likes the smell. At least one person here likes the smell.
That tells me all I
Did
need to
we
know.
give him the dog food or did we give him
Yeah.
Max, come, chirp.
Oh my
Good boy.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. It's more for you than me.
It's peas. Peas. Horrible.
Spinach.
There is spinach in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not feeding that to our baby.
Spinach and onion.
Garlic,
Main ingredient is green as well.
Yeah. So spinach and kale.
kale.
No kale.
No.
Broccoli.
Broccoli.
Yeah, that's why the smell
Yeah.
is like that. It's all broccoli.
Do babies
Ooh.
like that? I need to search
I don't
that.
know actually.
I
don't
need to
know.
search it.
I do-
Babies are gonna
I
like
can't tell
this.
you anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, they can with their screen,
yeah.
and well, we can't
But also
turn
they're
it
just
off.
developing their taste. So I guess like even if it's bland for us, for them it's like
It's
ooh,
delicious.
that's flavorful.
We'll have to be very
It does.
vigilant on how we.
Dessert now.
I think yeah, probably they'll like this.
Is it applesauce? Is it applesauce?
I don't know. Maybe.
Max, come.
Wait, how do you open that?
Let's see.
You do it. Clearly, I'm not yet a parent.
Maybe you push it down or something. That's like-
Oh,
No.
Just need some man.
Okay. Just need some strength.
Sabi mo eh.
Ikaw
Okay.
na. Okay.
oh. Okay. Oh, this is your favorite fruit.
Puree, mango.
That's your favorite fruit
I
right
hope
there.
it's mango.
Max, you own your food.
A little peach.
Okay, this is kind of good. Tastes like apple.
Yeah, it's applesauce blend. of something.
Okay, there's apple. There's another fruit.
Peach.
For 100 dirhams.
Apple, pineapple,
No,
mango,
starts with P too.
Pine.
peach, papaya,
It's pear.
pear.
Oh, pear.
Yeah.
Shout out to all the pears.
They would
Pigeon.
apple, pear.
The fruit one is good.
Yeah.
I could eat that.
Yeah, that at least is
I could
like.
do that.
I will say this though, I am a juice box connoisseur.
Mm.
So I went and bought all the juices, and I
Yeah.
know all the good flavors.
Yeah.
Okay,
We go and we get them, the Bio, the Capri
and you know
Sun.
what it is already.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
because I'll be drinking half of them myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
I think you have to take this away because Max is gonna be like, yeah. Max is gonna be like, I want. Look.
Okay, now
Yeah.
my
Clearly,
turn.
now we know what dogs would like as well.
Yeah.
Max, you can have the broccoli later on, for sure.
Yeah.
So now we know that you guys like your non-bland food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
So we're
food
gonna
that actually has flavor.
Mhm,
we're
for
gonna
sure.
have to feed you now. You guys fed us, so
Mhm.
we got to take them out.
So we're gonna go to like Jerry's Grill.
Yes.
That's
There
one
you
for
go.
sure.
Yeah.
That's the
That
plan.
is that is.
You
that's
were
my
saying you
favorite.
went to a restaurant that you didn't like, a Filipino.
Yeah, I don't want to. I don't want to
We'll
do
bleep
any
it out later. Yeah,
food
Yeah.
shaming.
yeah. You
Yeah,
let us
but
know.
I'll let you know which restaurant.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it was really disappointing because the chef was like apparently like a well-known chef
Yeah.
in Philippines and
Yeah.
stuff. So we went to the restaurant and we
Did
we
you say the restaurant name?
no
No, they don't want to.
no.
Yeah.
I'll
I'll
say
tell
it.
you later.
Yeah.
I'll say it. I know which
I'll
one.
tell you later.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Yeah.
we ordered like half of the menu, basically, like the
Yes.
tantalong, the kare kare,
Yeah.
everything, lumpia, and it didn't taste like anything.
Yeah.
Mm.
And we were both extremely hungry.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'm
You were
so
probably
sorry. That's not
hangry
how
at
we
that
do
time.
it.
Yeah.
I'm so
And,
sorry.
and I get upset
Yeah.
With
if
bad
it's
food.
bad food.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, then
Especially
we-
when you pay for it as well.
and when
right?
you're expecting, like,
Especially when people are like, it's good, go. And then
Yeah.
you're like, whoa, what
Yeah.
what
And a
was
reputable
that?
name in the
Yeah. So we
food
definitely have to
industry.
bring them to Chibog because we enjoyed Chibog.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Do
quite
you guys
good.
like are you very particular about like different places, or are you open to try anything as well?
Yeah, well, we can try anything. Yeah.
Because then I want to try that unlimited lugao place.
Do you know what lugao is?
No, I didn't tell him that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Lugao is like rice porridge with
okay.
you
Chicken.
can top it off with like chicken or
Pork.
rice
pork
rice
or
porridge.
tripe.
Porridge,
Yeah.
yeah.
Interesting.
It's like congee, like the Chinese congee, the concept of soupy rice.
Okay.
And then they put chicken with garlic, with ginger.
It is
It's
good.
his favorite food.
It is good.
It's
I
like-
Yeah.
mean,
That's a good food in Philippines during rainy weather.
Yeah.
It's a
I-
comfort food, right?
I will say this,
Yeah.
right? My wife knows. She's been telling me how great Filipino food is,
It is.
and I keep telling her, I was like, babe, you're striking out right now.
It's just not good here. Like
It's
the
not. It's
Jollibee.
striking out.
The
Yeah,
Jollibee
true.
here is not good.
That's
the
true.
Shakey's here is not good.
Yeah.
Shakey's now, don't try.
Potato
Yeah.
Corner is not good.
Oh
Pancake
no.
House, have you been to Pancake House here?
No,
Yeah.
not
Or
yet.
even-
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
The
not good.
Teriyaki Boy is actually quite good here.
I haven't tried that yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Only Jerry's is the real, like Jerry's in Philippines and here is the
Correct.
same and
I,
it's so good.
Yeah.
I love Jerry.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
Jerry.
What
Yeah.
is your favorite Filipino dish?
What's it?
Sizzling bangus.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sizzling mangoes.
oh really? You like
Okay.
fish?
And
Yeah, I
lumpia.
love a lumpia.
He used
Yeah.
to be a pescatarian.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But that's because when I got here, the food is halal. So in
Yeah.
America, you know,
Mm.
it's all the hormones, everything,
Yeah.
all that.
Right,
so
right.
Yeah.
You gotta do stuff there, and then
Lumpia.
lumpia, of course, pancit, of course. But I like the thick noodle, right?
Canton.
Yeah. I don't
okay.
like the
Yeah.
thin one.
Have you had the one which is mixed, like both canton and
No.
bihon, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
not yet.
Yeah.
That's pretty decent.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Jerry's fried chicken too.
Yes.
They
Yeah,
do.
it's good.
Right.
Or
They do good.
Max's. Have you tried Max's? Not yet.
The
Yes, I like
Max?
Max.
Okay.
Barbecue.
Yes.
The
Yeah.
barbecue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Max is
Yeah.
solid.
Okay.
The inasal in Max.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
quite good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it gets it's murky water when it gets to some of those other places.
Yeah.
But I think am I forgetting anything? Yeah.
He
said the
hasn't tried
basics.
desserts yet, so like halo
Oh
halo.
no! Yeah, you have to.
Leche flan.
Yeah.
He didn't try it yet.
We're known for our sweet stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Summer.
We'll see.
And
We'll
Jerry's
see.
too, so you don't
We'll
have
see.
to worry about
We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see.
Like
we'll
halo
see.
halo is the best.
with ube.
I never had a
Ube.
sweet tooth, so I'm not like the perfect
See,
person to.
I like what I like when it comes to sweets,
Yeah.
and so I love dip and dip.
Okay.
He
So
likes ice cream.
Okay.
Dip and dip has like a brownie pot
Yes.
Sponsor us.
and with
Just
ice
dip and dip,
cream
yeah.
that you put on top of it,
Yes.
and it's like the perfect blend. And then they have like a cheesecake brownie pot, and then like a cookie skillet.
Yum.
like, those things. And then I love cheesecake. I love
Yeah.
the Japanese cheesecake.
Right.
Uh,
The fluffy ones.
From
yeah,
Yamanote.
Yeah.
only from
Yamanote.
Yamanote.
Oh,
Cause
yeah.
the-
That's so good.
Yeah.
Oh my
Super
goodness.
good.
Really, really good.
Wow.
And then,
okay.
you know,
Yeah.
If you know a good donut spot, is Hero Donuts and Duck Donut.
We were just saying we
I
were
was-
supposed to
she
order
wanted to
here.
get donuts for you guys.
We were
Yeah.
gonna get you guys Hero Donuts,
Ah.
but
And
they didn't deliver to our area.
Yeah.
for us,
Yeah.
she's like, should we get donuts, cookies, anything?
Yeah.
Just like Dunkin' Donuts. I'm like, let's get Hero Donuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but then it was getting
An
delivered
hour
quite
delivery,
late. Yeah.
and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Our
They're-
home's
they're
not
good.
delivering
Wow.
yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
if you like donuts, try Crumb and Co. as well.
Okay.
They're quite good.
Okay.
They're
okay.
quite good.
What's the
I
type?
would say a little bit more pricey than Hero
We'll-
Donuts,
We'll
but
pay it.
yeah,
Yeah,
but it-
For the food?
if it's
Yeah.
good food, we'll pay.
We're talking about that budget,
yeah,
talking to each other, and so
Food does not include.
I was like, look, babe, I'm just going to account for the times I'm going to be frivolous because
Mm.
I know with two things I'm going to just spend.
yeah,
So with food
And-
and clothes,
mm.
this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Like it ain't. That's where it's going to be. And so
Yeah.
let's just make sure we account for that.
Yeah.
Because nah.
For me, I'm totally different though. Like
We're the same. I food. I'm like,
she's like that with food as well. Like
Food,
might
yeah.
as well spend like top dollar for quality food.
Yeah.
because it's an experience as well,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Well, I won't say the cheap food isn't good either.
True.
Because
Yeah, so-
Jerry's.
That's
Yes.
true.
I
Yes.
definitely go in
Yeah.
between, but
Yeah.
if it's really good, now I don't like the fine dining where I get like
Small.
it's all about the presentation.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that. But
Yeah.
if it's good, then let's experience.
Mm.
Like
If he likes seafood as well, we should bring him to. Have you tried
Spice Girl.
Spice Grill?
Spice Girl?
Yeah,
Grill?
grill.
Grill.
Yeah.
Oh, grill.
Or Spice Girl.
No, we haven't.
We went to the concert. Mine had played the
Yeah,
Spice Girl song.
Which concert?
So the
Soul
Soul.
Ah,
Yeah.
yeah, and Soul DXP.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
missed that. We did
Yeah.
not go to Soul
We want to
DXP.
try hot pot. Have you guys tried hot pot before?
Yes.
I'll take you to the best hot pot. No, now there was one
Be
hot pot I
careful.
want to try to take her to
Yeah.
get her opinion about it. For me, it was relatively good, but she's the one who like she has that gift where like you can she like basically she had that same test. She would immediately know
Yeah.
What's in it?
what was in it. Yeah,
Yeah.
so she has
Yeah.
that gift for some reason, and
I mean, my
Yeah.
my mom loves to cook, so every
Yeah.
time she would cook, like I
You
would
can smell
know.
everything.
Yeah, I would know what it is. Growing up in a
Yeah.
household where
and
there's
I'm like I said, like I wouldn't spend like. This is for me personally, but like we have got into arguments about this in the past where we go to like fancy restaurants, and there was one time when I've never had this in my entire life, so the bill came up to $1,000.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Where did you
Dirhams.
go?
Okay.
it's like,
Where-
wait,
where-
don't you?
Yeah, because
We went to Mexico.
Oh, I never.
Yeah,
Where's
it's a Mexican restaurant in the Palm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was surprised. Like she saw the look on my face because I'm like, this is when I got a new job. I'm like, let's go out and celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she did.
do you guys drink? Do you
There's
eat
me.
about drink?
I
She
drank.
drank. I
Yeah,
don't
one.
drink.
I got
See,
one
yeah.
drink. Yeah,
That's where the bulk
that's true.
of the
Yeah.
expense comes at
Yeah.
first.
Yeah.
So like I don't anymore.
Yeah.
And so that brings, but
That is actually very true.
Yeah.
but I definitely
When you're
definitely-
drunk, it's like, yeah, bring out everything.
and then
Yeah.
you keep drinking, and then you look and
That's
you like,
true. Yeah.
Yeah, can I
90.
top you off, sir? I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not
Yeah.
spending like,
Like,
80
one
bucks
glass
for a
of wine
beer
is like,
or-
yeah.
But was 1,000 worth it?
No.
Oh.
yeah.
For you, it was worth it.
It was good, yeah.
Yeah.
Except for the steak at the end, because he's like, let's get a steak. And I'm like, I'm already full.
Yeah, that was my fault. That steak was like 400, 500 dirhams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we've definitely had, what's that place? Clap? Is it Clap?
Oh, yeah, clap. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Nice.
Clap, I don't know.
Nice.
I did not
Ambiance.
enjoy clap
Vibes.
as well.
Terrible.
Everyone talks about it like as if like
'Cause
clap
the-
is the best.
Yeah.
I'm like,
hyped.
hmm.
so
oh,
cute.
what do you want, Maxie?
Oh, he's playing
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
Because that light is a little bit flimsy, so I don't want
It's
to.
okay.
Okay.
We can play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Clap is next to my office, so everyone goes there for lunch, and I'm like, okay, let's try it.
No, we probably
Yeah.
gonna have to start food reviews.
I mean,
I
we
think you
should
should.
start a channel together that's just
Yes.
about food.
A channel
I think you
together.
Yeah, I was
that
gonna
sounds like a
suggest
lot of
as we
work.
close this podcast.
I'll do all the
Yeah.
work on that channel.
Like
Yeah.
a podcast, maybe about food reviews, or
Yeah.
bring like a recorder to restaurants.
I'm a
and-
YouTuber. He's
Yeah.
a podcaster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
So if we
So-
he already has like a bunch of things going on. So I would say if we do that, it will be a YouTube, so I can edit and stuff,
Yes.
and it would be
Or
fun.
TikTok, because now everyone's on.
Because we
TikTok.
are like every single day we
Yeah.
eat outside. I know it's really bad habit. I don't recommend.
Yeah.
But as much as we love cooking, and he's really really good at cooking, we love the experience of like going out, eating and ordering and
Mhm.
stuff. So I'm
You
like,
should let us know the top, restaurants on your
Yeah.
list. So
We're
we
gonna
can
do
go.
it. We're gonna
Yeah.
do it. The
Yeah.
good and the bad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
Let us
People-
know
No
the
shame.
bad too.
yeah, the
No shame.
people gotta know.
Yeah.
People
But
gotta know.
you can get in trouble here for.
No,
giving-
if you give out a normal review, like I
Yeah.
don't like their food because of this, then
Yeah,
it should be
lacks
fine.
Oh wait, but we
Yeah.
have an
Yeah.
Emirati, so it's fine.
Exactly.
A free pass.
Exactly.
We're gonna do
You're
it.
Come
You're
on.
good.
You can't
Thanks.
touch us, anyone.
Yeah.
We're untouchables here.
Immune.
Mhm. Yeah.
No, but-
absolutely.
Guys, thank you so much for coming.
Thank
that
you
was like
for having us.
such
I know
an
we have so
awesome
much more to talk
podcast.
about. I want us to keep
Yeah.
going, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know
We'll do
we
a
need
second
to-
one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part 2.
We want the viewers to like stay until that's a bit. What is this podcast like 3 hours long?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, Joe Rogan interviewing
Yeah.
some doctor and found a cure for COVID.
Yeah. That's real though. Like
Yeah,
knowing when to stop the podcast is hard
Yeah.
sometimes because
it is.
some days you don't get conversation flowing,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then you're like, man, it's only 30
What do I
minutes.
have to
it's
say?
45.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's like 3 hours, but
It's
you
just going through.
yeah.
Yeah.
No, we'll definitely bring this back. That's why I'm very glad that you actually reached out to us
Yeah.
to make this happen.
Yeah.
Because for
It'll
us,
be
we were
fun.
also like a part of me, and I've been telling out all the guests that we want them to start coming back to see like where we
Update.
started with and where we are now.
Mhm.
And we
Yeah.
did that for our last podcast. Those two guests that we had were on previous episodes.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So we're really gonna start bringing back like our old guests and also try to incorporate new guests. Because when we have our solo podcast, like when it's just Janine and I, there's like we always struggle for like what are we gonna talk
Topic.
about?
Yeah.
Content and all that. Yeah.
So I think it's a nice way, like maybe bring guests back, but in a way where it's like new and old people as well, and just
Yeah.
catching up and
Yeah.
seeing how
We
they
brought
Yeah.
Jamila before, and now she brought like 3,
Mhm.
like 1, 2, and
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
3.
Next time with
Yeah.
the baby.
Yeah.
And we're working on
exactly.
a new segment for BTG as well.
Nice.
So I want to go around and do some interviews with some people of the culture.
Yeah.
You know, I got a couple of
It's
people
cool.
sitting around that
Yeah.
are trying to get some
Yeah.
musicians and all those different type things. And
Nice.
So
awesome.
we're gonna try
Yeah.
to. So
Yeah.
I got a comedian ready.
Yeah.
That's so
And
pressure.
so, yeah, so I want to come talk to you right before the show and right after, like those type of things. And
That's
so,
cool.
But I also wanted to introduce you to someone we had on this podcast before, Hadi. I don't know if you've heard of him,
Mm.
or he has a group called 50C.
oh
Yeah.
yeah, I'm familiar. I'm
Yeah.
familiar. Yeah,
And he's
yeah.
such a
Something.
dope person as well. I think
I
you
mean,
guys
does
will
music,
click.
right?
Yeah, he does
Yeah.
music and he's
Yeah.
basketball. He does.
Yeah.
I don't know if he does coaching, but he does
Yeah.
have like a team as well, which
Yeah,
they
yeah,
really.
I've played with him once or twice,
Yeah.
and I've seen him around.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
good guy.
He's Filipino, German, something as well.
Yeah.
That's a blend.
Oh,
Yeah.
so why is his
Yeah.
name Hadi?
Egyptian? Am I
Yeah,
correct?
Egyptian. Yeah,
Yeah.
Egyptian. Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
okay.
Egyptian.
Egyptian,
Yeah.
German, Filipino.
Okay.
Was raised in New York as well, so he
Oh
has
yeah,
that.
that's why the hip hop's there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Super talented guy. Really love that guy as well.
Yeah.
So
That's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll make some
Yeah.
things happen.
yeah.
Yeah.
We should Janine and I were for the longest time. I think we also reached out to you for Ramadan, or was it Eid?
Yeah.
Yeah, for iftar. You have
Mm.
that all the
Yeah.
podcast guests
yeah.
come together,
Mm.
and like I don't know, like we were thinking like a boodle fight, like seafood on the table. We
Just
should really
meet
make that happen
everyone.
and introduce all
Which
these
is like
people
you eat
together.
Shrimp
Filipino
pot.
style.
Yeah.
Shrimp pot. Have you guys been to Abu Dhabi?
No.
Shrimp
No.
pot?
Listen,
No.
One day.
we're gonna put you on to
Shrimp
the best.
pot.
Mr.
Mm.
Crab has nothing on this.
Okay.
Dampa.
Dampo has nothing.
Okay.
They will have
On the-
shrimp pot here soon.
Yes.
Nice.
But we'll have to test it out to make sure
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
We'll have to
And
drive
then
to Abu
we'll
Dhabi
let
and
you
see
guys
it.
know.
Yeah.
The shrimp pot is the one.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna start our food blog now.
Traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, guys, just before we close off the episode, like let our listeners know where can they find you.
Oh, Jamila,
Go
let's
ahead,
get.
honey.
All right. Well, for us, Hoop Mountain Dubai, Hoop Mountain DXB, Hoop Mountain Dubai on YouTube, and so all the handles are the same on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. Right now we have a winter camp going on,
Nice.
and then for the new year we'll have a new turn coming in January 4th, with some new things coming. I have a contest with our kids that I'll take them shoe shopping and they can bring in 5 new people. Nobody has won the contest yet.
Really?
They stopped at 4, and so I'm gonna do something to edge
Just
that
one
on.
more.
Yeah, so we'll have. They got to start over in January.
Yeah.
And so we'll have some things like that, and then for BTG Bridging the Gap, every week we're out. You can find us BTG.podcast, Instagram, TikTok.
It'll be on the screen.
Yes,
Yes.
BTG.
Yeah.
Yes, BTG Media presents
Nice.
on YouTube because some new things are coming. But yeah, thank you guys.
Exciting stuff.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so
Thank
much.
you.
And Jamila.
For me, I don't really have anything going on. I'm pregnant. I'm growing a human being, so that's about
a job
it.
on its own.
We put
Yeah.
everything for you anyway in our episode 55.
Yeah,
so
and then we'll drop
Yes.
it
if
on
you wanna circle
Same
back
thing.
to
the
that.
description
Yes.
again. Yeah.
Get
Well,
it back.
yeah.
Get it back.
yes.
Thank you guys.
Thank you guys,
Thank you guys
for,
so
for
much.
being here.
Congratulations on getting
And
married.
congratulations to you
Yeah.
too.
Thank you.
Can't wait
A
for
lot of
baby.
things to celebrate.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Done. That's it. Okay.
Tapos na usapan.
Thank
Yeah.
you, guys.
Guys, thank you so much.